I do.
I'm Dallas, and I'm married to Matt.
I'm Matt, and I'm married to Cassie.
I'm Cassie, and I'm married to Matt.
And I'm also married to Dallas.
I'm also married to Cassie. I'm also married to Dallas. And we're both married to Matt.
We're all married.
We're all married! We're three people are married!
By our powers combined, we are married.
And by our powers combined, all three of us are married.
Pour Brut, je suis à la St. Petersburg en Floride, à la rencontre de Cassie, Matt et Dallas. Ils ont tous les trois une vingtaine d'années, ils sont un couple polyamoureux et ils viennent de se marier.
So, where's our office?
Here's the office.
There's like a lot of pictures of us in here.
There's tons of stuff.
This is my desk, and you can tell because it has so many pictures of Dallas. There's a lot of pictures of Matt, but there's so many pictures of Dallas.
There are.
And then this is where Matt works usually. There's Rosie. It's our baby. So this is our living room.
Yeah.
It's kind of got this like botanical study vibe going on. And we have our altar for our shrine. Then there's a picture of our wedding. It was right after we got married. Dallas and I started dating when she was 17 and I was 16.
Yep.
We wanted to get married from our first date.
Yeah.
I think on our first date we talked about our wedding.
We did.
And we had this whole plan that we were gonna get married when we were 20. And then Matt came along. And so, obviously,
That changed.
That changed.
That threw a spin on it.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that you have such a, I guess, an untraditional relationship, but you did want to keep some traditional elements.
Yeah. Tradition is important to us, I would say. Some
of them.
keep, some retire.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have our dads walk us down the aisle.
No, because there was no man giving me away to another man.
No.
I'm happy.
You happy? That's
Yeah.
good.
Very happy. People keep asking me, how's married life? I'm like, it's great, dude.
It's great, dude.
What the fuck?
To me, getting married was always like, if you know you're going to be with someone for the rest of your life, like, you go ahead and you get in front of everybody else and you tell them how much you love them so that you can be committed.
When I'm with you, my soul is alight. I feel so many colors.
When you were sitting over there watching the video, I was enjoying watching you watch the video.
I was crying.
Not because you were crying, because these are, both our sets of parents have since passed.
Right.
And
they would be so happy.
They would
right?
have been thrilled to death. And
They wouldn't have understood
they wouldn't have understood
it
it,
at
but
first.
they wouldn't have cared, because as long as Cassie was happy, that's what would have been important.
Yeah. That even though you're open to it, it's like, how does this work? So getting to be so close with them and watch them like together, you learn like, wow, the chemistry is pretty amazing.
Do I know any three other people that connect like these three do? No, I don't.
No.
I don't even know couples that connect like these three very well.
Cassie, Dallas, and Matt. Do you, with your family and friends as your witness, present yourselves willingly and of your own accord, be joined in marriage? We do.
Do it! Do it!
That thing.
I did. I slaughtered it.
It was so intense.
They deserve that celebration of their commitment.
There was a little bit of like, oh, but you know, the commitment can't really be like legal and binding. And there's a sadness to that because like, why not?
They deserve it.
Like, why? They're so in love and they're so amazing together. Why can't it be?
Yeah,
but maybe one day, like, you know, maybe one day it will, and I hope that. But they were like, it doesn't matter. We want to publicly claim our love. And I was like, you know what? We're going to be there, and we're going to
support them 100%.
Yeah, we were so excited. Yeah.
Ce mariage était une cérémonie spirituelle et n'a pas de valeur légale. D'ailleurs, dans la plupart des États-Unis, le polyamour n'est pas un statut protégé. J'ai demandé à mes abonnés ce qu'ils voulaient savoir sur la vie en couple. Voici leurs questions.
What would you say are the main misconceptions people have about you?
That we don't know about each other.
Yeah.
Dallas and I know nothing about each other, and Matt is, he has 2 wives, but we don't know.
Yeah.
He's living a double life.
Yeah. He's messing around.
Yep, I have a side piece or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I usually get asked is, do they know about each other?
And it's like,
I'm like, well,
we know. We joke about it like that.
We try to keep it. We could try to keep some levity around it, but honestly, it's kind of sexist to assume that we are in a polygamous relationship. A polygamous relationship is putting all the power on Matt and saying, look, it's kind of like an assumption that we're just sitting around waiting for Matt to tell us that we're going to be in a relationship with him and he's going to have 2 wives and we're just like down for the ride. But really, I mean, Dallas and I were there first. Right. If anything, Matt is our sister husband.
Yeah. Exactly. If anything, you're a little pretty boyfriend.
Yeah.
And this is our bed where all 3 of us sleep, even though we don't really fit, but we can't.
We try to fit.
We can't fit a king-size bed in our little room, so we have to just be okay with this. Because if we put a king-size bed, then we can't get into our closet.
It would be the bedroom.
And Lord knows we need a closet. With all of us, we have 3 people, 2 closets. So
we do keep very warm at night.
Yo, in the winter time, we don't have to put on the heat at night at all.
Yeah.
No. But in the summertime,
the air's on 68.
Air's on 68.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot.
Yes.
And then the second biggest misconception is that this is one big sex freak party.
Yeah.
Like it's just like sex all the time. Threesomes, orgies, and then some. Yeah. That's what people think. Our sex life is, I would say, like normal.
It's pretty normal.
Stupid normal.
Yeah.
Like, I would say we have sex around once a week. Each of us probably all have sex once a week, whether that's all 3 of us together or one
separate
of us or 2 of us together and one of us not being involved.
Yeah.
I would think it's on rarer occasions that all 3 of us have sex together, just because 3 dynamics all being naturally turned on at once is like difficult to achieve, and we don't want to be fake with each other about it.
Yeah.
You know, if one of us isn't in the mood, we're not gonna.
We're not gonna do it. Yeah. Because it just doesn't feel genuine.
But that's not the driving force behind our polyamory. Yeah. The driving force behind our polyamory is sharing love with as many people as our heart wants to, and keeping our heart super open.
Yeah. Is there jealousy? Do you ever get like nasty feelings?
Oh yeah. Oh, we
100%.
can be nasty. We can
Absolutely.
be nasty.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We can get messy.
I would say jealousy is our biggest teacher.
Yeah.
But you get very angry at your teachers.
Yes.
No, there will be moments where like Cassie and Matt will come home from something. I'll be like getting ready for bed. I'll like walk into the room and they'll be like in a passionate moment. I'll be like, oh hee hee, like oh no, like let me leave, oh because of some privacy.
And that doesn't make you feel jealous.
No, it used to. It used to make me feel jealous, but I had to address that. Like I was not giving myself enough self-love. I was thinking like, oh, they don't want to do that with me. Oh, but they did, and they were, and I wasn't paying attention because I was so focused on like, they're doing it.
Yeah, I think our jealousy doesn't look like, you know, oh, I couldn't handle my partner kissing somebody else. Like that's never been real. Like even the first time that you guys had your first kiss, I told Matt to kiss Dallas.
Yes.
I was like, hey, you want to kiss Dallas?
We were like,
and I was like, why don't you guys kiss? So I think that that's not really where a lot of our jealousy lies, especially not anymore at all. Like maybe a little bit in the beginning of our relationship, but not so much at all. But there's definitely jealousy about attention and time spent. But when it comes to like the physical element, or like just seeing that like spark in between them, it excites me. It makes me happy. It makes me feel fulfilled.
The hardest part sometimes is letting myself be myself and let Cassie be herself and let Dallas be herself and let them have themselves together and have myself with them, or like myself with the individual relationship. I think I struggle with that sometimes, just as more of like an ego thing more than like it's a deep-rooted issue. Like I think it's just comes from a lack of, I think it's just an insecurity.
So you learned about polyamory through the lens of the free love movement.
Yeah, exactly. Through the lens of like the Woodstock hippie, like free love movement. And that was super intriguing.
And Matt taught us.
Yeah.
Because we did not know about polyamory. We just knew that something was happening. Something weird was happening between the three of us. Yeah. And we couldn't quite figure out what, but Matt was like, what if we were polyamorous? What if we were in a triad? And Dallas and I went online and immediately Googled that and
paced around for a bit.
Yeah, definitely paced
around and talked and scratched our chins and were like, what could this look like? What if this went wrong?
Right.
What would happen? But ultimately we were like, well, we're in it.
Yeah, it's kind of already happening, so let's just see where it goes. And we've been learning as we go along. The thing that's been the hardest for me is worrying that I will hurt Dallas or Matt because they're so devoted to me. But at the end of the day, all three of us are polyamorous. And that's just a really intense insecurity that just used to come up when I was just discovering, like, oh, am I greedy? Am I crazy? Can I not? Am I not being honest with myself about the feelings that I feel about either of them? And even though our relationship started off so beautifully, I mean, I started questioning what I don't feel that there's anything wrong with Dallas and I's relationship. I don't feel that there's any deficit here, but there must be, because every piece of media is saying if you're looking outside of your relationship, there's something wrong. And so even though deep down in my core, I knew that there was nothing wrong, I still got caught up in that conditioning, still got caught up in that fear that comes from just like these normative boundaries that we put on relationships and people generally.
What would you say has been like the most confusing part?
I think determining also like when like couples, like you two need to go off and spend time alone, when me and Matt need to spend time alone, when me and you need to have time alone,
right.
And figuring out like the needs of each relationship in order for us to thrive as a throuple. We have like agreements about the times that we like want to have alone time with each partner. Cassie and Matt have a long-standing date on Thursday, and then Matt and I once a week. Cassie and I, we always have a long-standing date on Sundays that we call our girls' date, and we'll talk and we'll reconnect. And the time spent as couples is very important in order to bring that energy back to the triad.
Look up. Beautiful woman.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. We've always both been really femme and very comfortable with our femininity, and I think that was what attracted us to each other, is that we both were really feminine, and we felt like our feminine connection, our sapphic connection, was strong. Matt really likes that he likes the smell of makeup. He really likes when we play and are very feminine, but we definitely do this for us. We definitely do our makeup and dress up for each other, I would say.
And even since I was a teenager, it was always something that I really liked to do.
He's always been very in touch with his feminine side, and I would say that was very attractive to us.
Absolutely.
As queer women. We definitely wanted a man who wasn't too focused on...
Especially not out of touch with his femininity.
Yeah, we didn't want to be with somebody who we felt like didn't understand us. That we find in others, no matter how different they may seem from us. When we do this, we no longer need to be different. In deep counterpoint to the old saying, an eye for an eye, there is a deeper law that guides us to wholeness. A truth of being for a truth of being. That's beautiful.
That's so beautiful.
Do you know how many people have asked us why we would want a man in our relationship? I ask myself the same question. Why would I want a man in my relationship? Matt is helpful to us because he keeps Dallas and I fun.
Yeah, he keeps
Dallas
us
and I are
fun.
boring as hell together.
You know, our beautiful relationship looked like us falling asleep at 8 p.m. after yoga class, which is a beautiful relationship. But for us, we did a year of that and we were like things are getting a little dull.
We're already 80 years old.
We're so old.
So Matt keeps us young and fresh and interesting.
He's very cute.
It's great when I practice because then I have an audience all the time. I have adoring fans all the time.
Yeah, it's an audience when it's more than one person.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why you have 2 wives.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
When the 3 of you sleep in the same bed, does the one in the middle have a plug to plug in their phone?
They both plug their phone on one side.
Yeah.
We do. We have a power strip. So.
Yep.
Power strip. Yeah.
We use a power
The polyamorous power strip.
We not only have to have multiple phone chargers, but we also have multiple blankets so that we don't get too sweaty.
Yeah, and it's also very important because blanket stealing, I think, is more
Is a big
prominent.
crime
Oh,
in
it's an
this house.
epidemic in the polyamorous community.
Blanket stealing.
Yeah.
How do they deal with the money? How do you split finances?
Cassie and I always knew that for us at least, having merged finances was a very, very strong indicator of trust for each other. And then when Matt came along, he was a little hesitant at first, but you know, we were like, babe, we're gonna share everything. We're gonna share our life together. Like, it only makes sense that also we're gonna share our finances together. And so we did, which is very helpful to not have it all on one person's shoulders or on one person's income. What do you want to do for our date?
Well, we have to make popcorn.
We do. That's always the first step. And then
Could definitely.
maybe we can take a walk around the neighborhood or something.
Yeah. We could light an intention on our altar before we do that.
Love that. And you're gonna go
Light
thrift
it
shopping,
with me.
right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so.
You gonna have fun at the park?
We're gonna have fun at the park.
Okay.
What are you guys gonna do?
We're probably gonna watch the rest of Bridgerton.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have our date.
I love you.
I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Have
Bye.
a great time.
Have fun,
Be
baby
good.
girl.
Bye.
Okay. Love you.
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe not one of these. Maybe one of these. Okay. I've got 3, but pick it.
You've got 3 hands?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the 3rd hand.
This one. Good luck.
Yay!
For our date today, we want to set the intention of being in the present moment.
Peace.
Peace.
Tranquility with each other.
Mm-hmm. And I think connecting as one. Yay.
I love you.
I love you.
I think I have made popcorn for every single one of our dates, Dallas.
Yeah, I would say.
I think it's going back to traditions. That's a good tradition.
No, Daphne. It's
Oh,
so
she's
sad.
so sad. I grew up watching a lot of soap operas with my mom, so I really like to watch dramatic stuff with her.
Yeah, and I watched a lot of Real Housewives with my mom. Simon! Simon!
There he is! bastard.
Why do you have tears in your eyes, my man?
Yeah, why are you crying?
Why are you crying? She's got a reason to cry. «
4 à 5% des Américains pratiqueraient déjà une forme de non-monogamie, c'est-à-dire 10 millions de personnes. Mais comme il n'y a pas de loi encadrant ces relations à plusieurs, les couples qui souhaiteraient avoir des enfants font face à beaucoup d'obstacles. À l'école, à l'hôpital ou en ce qui concerne la garde des enfants en cas de décès ou de séparation.
So this room is gonna be our nursery one day.
One day it'll be a nursery.
Yeah.
We have already started like putting like little like sweet childlike things in here.
Yeah, having a family is really important, I'd say all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really like rewriting our family stories and creating like a new is like super integral, I think, to our triple.
Yeah, the first baby that we want to have, I want to carry because Dallas is predisposed to have twins.
Yeah.
I think that they're both going to be the favorite parent, and then they're all going to be like, oh my god, mom is such a stick in the mud. They're going to be like, mom is always yelling at me, mom's always telling me to do my chores.
Do my work.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be like, I wish I could just like hang out with dad all day.
Yeah.
I wish I could just like play music with dad.
Play music and like
be like baking with mom.
Big with mom, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll be like, why does mom always want to have an emotional conversation? And you guys will be like, I know, honey.
Yeah.
That's
like, why
just
can't you
the way
just do silly stuff?
That's just the way that she is.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So that'll be
We love
funny.
her for it, don't we?
Yeah.
We love mom.
I love you.
That's surprising. I closed my eyes and I got one kiss and then I got two. That's kind of
That's what happened.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.